I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. I mentioned yesterday going to take in the Pretender show last night. I was feeling poorly. Spent most of the afternoon and evening in bed. Therefore, Candace Wheeler took my spot. Okay, real quick, how was it? What'd I miss?
Well, it was just very special because there were only like 250 people in there. And her voice, like, in that room was insane.
Bet.
Yeah, I was thinking, boy, I bet Chrissy still knows how to work a club.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
It was hot. And her
Wearing
whole
jeans, wife beater. Was the mascara running?
band. Yep.
Oh.
She wore a lot of eyeliner. And
My God, that drives me
yeah,
crazy.
her band was amazing.
What about Martin Chambers? Was the drummer?
Not there.
No.
It was like a really hot young band.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really
well,
hot.
It's Martin and Chrissy, but that's fantastic. I mean, I'm sure she handpicks some of those Nashville guys from time to time. I know she did back in the 90s, and she always puts a hell of a band together, but Martin has moved on, eh?
He's still with us, but he's not with Chrissy right now.
Right.
You know, at some point, the shoulders and the elbows say, "I've had enough. I just can't do this anymore."
I know. I always see that with Aerosmith, right? I mean, drummers that's a physical job, and then the lead singers have the voice. I guess as long as you, can pluck some strings, Keith Richards, he'll play into long after we're gone.
Oh, for sure. By the way, let's just connect the dots from what we've already discussed. Devo, Chrissy Hind. In 1967, Chrissy Hind's first band was called Saturday, Sunday Matinee, featuring Mark Mothersbaugh.
Oh, really?
They're
That's
Akron
funny.
kids.
Oh yeah, I suppose. Yeah, both
Akron
out of
kids.
Ohio.
They were good friends in high school. Their first band in public, the singer of Devo and Chrissy Hind, bandmates. How about that?
I didn't know that. That's fascinating.
And as they say, what was in the water in Akron back then? Rubber residue. A lot of tire fat. There's actually an answer for that one. A lot of excess rubber stuff being kicked off, and there you have it. All right, so Candace, glad you saw the Pretenders. Seriously, I'm glad one of us made it. Well, my wife went, but that's different. She's gonna look at me sideways for the rest of the time. Why didn't you go to the gig?
I don't think she cares because
She's going to gloat.
She had a great time.
we had a good time together. And yeah, it was Chrissy Hind's birthday too. So we sang happy birthday to her. It was cute.
Oh, that's awesome. That's a good start to the weekend, I would have to say.
Yeah. it was
Bam.
great.
Did you go? Was there an after show hang anywhere? Did you just
Absolutely
went home?
not.
Because seriously, we the rest of us here on the KQ Morning Show marvel at your ability to do things at night on a regular basis and still be here, fresh as a daisy, ready to rock the morning.
Yeah.
So, but the reason I was asking if you went out somewhere late, quick question, and I just want to throw this out there. As you could call it a non sequitur if you want, if you know what that means, if that's the correct word. I'm saying that, I think that's what I'm trying to say. What's the protocol? Late at night, you go to a restaurant and it says we close at 11 and it's 10:51.
No.
Do you walk in, ask for a table, sit down, and order a meal?
Oh, ask for a table? I'll maybe a to-go. I'm a Midwest kid. I could just see Mom going, Brian, don't bother those people. They're trying to get out of there. That's what I'd be thinking is I want to get the F out of here. And what's this drunk? I don't know. Hey, I don't know. I've never worked in a restaurant. That's my impression.
Wow.
Is they want to get the hell out of there. They're watching the clock, and I don't want to be the guy sitting down.
Yeah, I've done that, but I feel guilty about it.
Yeah,
I feel like I shouldn't be doing it.
See, I think it's fine. Have worked in restaurants as long as you don't linger and lollygag. Because there was a dude that I used to come in all the time right at close, and he would stay like an hour. That's messed up. But if you just do your thing, I think that they want the money and the business.
Okay, that's what I think too. And the reason I ask, I just saw a story. A husband and wife have a thing where they're blowing up over this because the wife was like, "No, let's get a table," and the guy was like, "What are you nuts? They want to get out of here. They close in 10 minutes." And my first thought was like you, Candace. There's a little bit of gray here. If you have a restaurant that closes at 10, feel free to post kitchen closes at 9:30. That's fine.
Yeah.
Because then in your mind, 10 is we're wrapping up and getting out of here. But if it says 10 or if it says 11, it means 10 or 11. And again, with a lot of restaurant experience myself, now if you go in late and you can tell they were already putting the place away, like, it's quarter till, no one's here.
Chairs are on the table.
Yeah, let's start closing down. But if you just say, "Hey, can we get a table?" The answer should be yes. Now your responsibility is to make sure you take a little extra care of your servers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
Be cool, and don't lollygag. Have your meal, enjoy it. It is a restaurant; they're in business to serve you. But don't do the thing where then you're like, you want to do another round of shots after dinner?
Right.
Let's just do one more, and then you know what? Go ahead and we'll get some espresso. Let's get more grappa too. Don't do that.
Send your meal back twice.
Yeah, don't turn it into that. But I was just kind of shocked at how many people would freak out about this. I worked at a place that closed at 2, a pizza joint, totally hip hangout kind of place.
Yeah.
And we would start on a slow night, especially in the cold months. Cold in Atlanta, that's a relative term. But in the colder months, not so crowded. At 1 o'clock we'd start shutting her down because some nights there'd be I can't tell you how many times at 1:55 3 drunk dudes show up and they want a calzone and they want a salad and and you're like, okay, got to do it. And yeah, at 21, 22 I'd be kind of glaring, but more often than not they'd throw a 20 in that tip jar.
Yeah,
and it's like we're all good here, totally good here, not a problem at all. I was really hoping, Candace, you were going to go, yeah, I went to a place last night. I went to 3 bars afterwards. We had salty dog soiree going on. Guess not.
No, that was the night before.
Oh, that's right. That was the night before. I knew there was something about you and a late night site, salty dog.
You're on a bender.
I really was feeling pretty rough. I think I slept myself back into health, but I did get to check out some of that football game last night.
Yeah.
And as the world told us, and as we thought early in the week, and then we talked ourselves out of it, the Lions not only covered, but by God, they beat the Chiefs in Arrowhead last night.
Wow.
As much the Chiefs are missing some weapons as it is the Lions are really improved. But here's what you're looking for in a football team, and this is something to always think about with the Minnesota Vikings. Is it a cult? Is it a gang? Are they on the same page? Does that team want to run through a brick wall for the head coach? And by God, the Detroit Lions do.
Yeah, and they've got the offensive line to literally go through a brick wall. And listen, that defense, wow, I was surprised how much better that defense looked over last year. Even their run down the stretch, the offense had to keep scoring. Goff is, I put Goff in that Kirk Cousins category. A hell of a talented guy. He's going to put up some stats. Can he take you the entire way? Well, with that offensive line, and how about Amon-Ra St. George. Hello.
St. Brown.
Or St. Brown, I'm sorry. I screwed it up last night when I was going to bed, too, and I don't blow it in the morning. Amon-Ra. I love the Amon-Ra. He was named after a Brendan Fraser mummy movie. Amon-Ra St. Brown. If you've got him on your fantasy team, if he wasn't drafted, then he was the most picked up player last night. He's going to have a big year.
Yep.
And the Lions, they have all bought into this Campbell's program, and you're right. This is a team that look out. NFC North.
As a Titans fan, my Tennessee Titans, when they hired Mike Vrabel, 7 years ago, at the time I was doing sports talk radio, and I was leading the charge of, oh my God, I need a new team. I'm finished with the Titans because I thought Mike Vrabel, seriously, that's a head coach, and of course the answer is, yeah, he's pretty great.
Yeah,
and with their, they've got some great weapons, but they've had some shortcomings. But that team every year, just like we saw with Detroit last night. It's a whole different thing because I'd never had a team in the NFL that had that going for it, where it's like, boy, when those guys hear that coach's voice, they're just like, huh? What? Okay, let's go. I mean, that culture, so in that sport more than any other, you got to have everyone's got to have each other's back in that locker room. Yeah. This is a sport where every single snap someone can be maimed. It's like it's all about teamwork. I look at NFL locker rooms as like, man, if you're not bought in, someone's getting hurt.
And so this team's going to be built on we're going to kick you in the teeth, all right? And when you punch us back, we're going to smile at you. And when you knock us down, we're going to get up. And on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off, all right? And we're going to stand up. And then it's going to take 2 more shots to knock us down, all right? And on the way up, we're going to take your other kneecap, and we're going to get up. And then it's going to take 3 shots to get us down.
That was the day they hired him.
We're going to take another hunk out of you. Before long, we're going to be the last one standing.
Yeah, that
sounds painful.
That's a new head coach the day he was hired saying that. And everybody roundly made fun of the guy. And it's like, and a couple years later, here they are winning opening night in Kansas City and like you said, Zep, when you have that offensive line, Boy, I'm not going to bet against you. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're going to win a title, but boy, you're going to be a tough out.
At home next 2 weeks, too, the Lions. All right, We've got more football to talk about this morning, but it's Movie Review Friday with Mike Evans, and I know you guys are just as excited and anticipating the review of Nun 2, which is out this weekend. So please hang tight.
That's too funny.
The KQ Morning Show is back. 92 KQRS.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show, Friday, September the 8th. Good morning. Friday? Hold on. It's Friday. You know what that means. Movie Review Friday with Mike Evans. It's time for the Hollywood Report. Good morning, Mike. Oh, Michael.
That's weird.
Aloha.
Where is Mike Evans?
What the hey?
Where is Waldo? We've lost him. He was right there before. We were gearing up for some movie reviews.
Nun 2.
ya.
There he is. We got you, Mike.
I heard you. How you guys doing? And how about those Chiefs? Huh? How about those Chiefs?
Got to get some receivers. Got to get some hands out there, Mike. Got to catch those footballs.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be aware of this fourth down. They still might go for it. I don't know.
Man.
Hope everybody's doing well. And this report brought to you by Marcus Theaters. And don't forget, they have the fabulous Take 5 lounges where you can get something to eat, some good food before you go in and enjoy a good movie. And sitting in those lounge recliners, they're called the Dream Loungers. And don't forget, every Tuesday is the Value Tuesday, only $6 to see a movie. Now, movie review. We start off with The Nun 2. So, look, I don't like that genre movie. But if you do, you might like it. 1956, a priest is killed. The demon nun is believed to be the guilty party. So now we move up 67 years to the current day. And The Nun 2 arrives. You know, for me, Steve, it was appalling, frightening. It was strange. It was peculiar. It was a little silly. That's just me. It's under 2 hours, which is good. Again, if you like horror movies, I think you're going to like it. I don't like them, so I'm not even going to give it a rating because I'm not a very good judge because I don't like them. Do you like horror movies?
I mean, on occasion, I know this, like many a kid who grew up Catholic, you don't have to give a nun an axe to make her scary. I mean, just put a ruler in her hands and have her say, Mr. Gorman, and my central nervous system's going to go haywire.
Also opening today, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3. This will be the last of the franchise.
Okay.
Family's having a reunion back in Greece.
Oh, bless their hearts. My buddy John Corbett, I'm sure, is on hand for that.
Same members and a couple of new ones are added, new family members. It's fun. It's funny. A little tear-jerky, some surprises. It's not as good as the first one, but it is better than the last one.
Okay.
Rated PG-13, only 90 minutes. I love that. 3 stars. Yeah,
Very nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay, some movie news. Boy, I'm really looking forward to a couple of movies. The first one is The Killer with Michael Fassbender. It's a story of a very, very calculated, cold, vicious assassin like you've never seen before. The Killer will be in theaters in next month.
Okay.
And then late November, it'll go into Netflix.
Very nice.
Also, I can't wait, the biography of Napoleon starring Joaquin Phoenix. From a nobody to a king, and nothing stands in his way. The legend of a true tyrant, and Joaquin Phoenix is perfect. You know, they say he died 1,000 deaths. Well, to be honest with you, he died of stomach cancer, but that's another story.
Wow. Joaquin Phoenix he's close to 6 feet, if not over. Yeah.
Joaquin?
Yeah.
I mean, about that.
they always say Napoleon was a little fella.
Yeah.
I'm just curious about the casting. That's all.
Speaking of casting, they had over 1,000 extras for this movie.
Hey, man, it's good work if you can get it.
Wow. Thanksgiving in theaters only, including Marcus Napoleon.
I'll probably go. I mean, Joaquin has earned my sort of, I guess I'll see it if he's in it. He's a short list. He's on it.
The computer says there's a 2-inch difference. Napoleon 5'6", Joaquin 5'8".
Only 5'8". Wow, he carries himself a lot taller than that. But that's Hollywood, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
River, I think, was bigger. I've been doing a lot of lists this week, and I found another good one.
All right.
I want to share with you the 10 most down-to-earth celebrities of all time.
Of all time. Whoa.
That's what they say.
Okay.
Number 10, Brendan Fraser.
Is he a celeb? Seriously? I mean,
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Won an
okay,
Oscar,
that's fine.
didn't he? Yeah.
Number 9 is Jack Black.
Okay. Like
Number
it.
8, The Rock.
Okay.
Number 7, Terry Crews.
Sorry?
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, I was spelling it like Tom Cruise. Crews. I know who you're talking about.
Terry Crews.
Yeah, good dude.
I was shocked at that one. Jason Momoa, number 6.
Okay.
Here's one for you. And my old buddy, number 5, Weird Al.
Oh, what a treasure he is.
Yeah.
I spent a couple days with Weird Al. He directed a Black Crowes video that
Really?
that no network ever played, I think.
What the hell?
Yeah, 1998. We had a great he was awesome. I loved him. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
Quick Weird Al story. Weird Al used to hang out at K-Rock before he ever was anything. His very first live concert, he opened up for Missing Persons at the Santa Monica Civic.
Wow.
And it was a K-Rock show, and I was introducing, and Weird Al, hardly anybody knew him back then, was booed off the stage, came off the stage crying like a baby.
Oh, that
Al.
sucks.
Well,
Crying like a
if you're
baby.
going to see Missing Persons back in the day and that guy shows up with an accordion, I mean, come on. It's not going to end
I
well.
think that was it. You know what? There was I'm going way offline here, but this is pretty funny. There was a after concert party, and a record guy, and you know record guys,
Yeah.
was so drunk, and it was at Missing Persons, the blonde. I can't remember her name now. It was at her house.
Bozio, Dale Bozio.
Dale Bozio. This drunk guy around 2 o'clock in the morning, people were finally leaving, got his penis caught in the suction thing in the jacuzzi, and they had to call the fire department.
That was no accident.
My penis?
I mean,
Wow.
yeah, so record guy. There you go.
Sure.
Number 4, Keanu Reeves. Number 3, Robin Williams. Number 2, Dolly Parton. Number 1, Mr. Rogers.
What about Jimmy Fallon?
Yeah, how about that, Jimmy Fallon?
Man,
What's
well,
up with that?
it depends on if you're catching him on the way up or the way down.
Exactly. And I'm going to do something every Friday, and I'll be anxious to see what Steve thinks. I'm going to do a college pick and 3 pro picks.
Okay.
Every Friday, and we'll check out how I do it on Monday. I'm picking Colorado to beat Nebraska on the college game.
Okay. Yeah, that checks out.
I like Baltimore over Houston.
Also checks out.
I like the Vikings,
Well, yeah.
and I like the Cowboys over the Giants.
Ooh, boy. That correct me if I'm wrong. That's in New York, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday night game. Ooh. Oh, just hearing those picks, Mike, it gets me excited.
And I'll tell you what to get you excited. It's Aloha Friday. No work on Monday. We're going to play today Aloha Friday. Have a great weekend. Go Vikings. And Mealy, Kalicamaka, Holy Maka, Iki Holy, the Okalani, Kalani on the Odike, Lukaku, and a cock and a hawk, and hooey, 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 ho. Aloha.
There it is. The Mike Evans Hollywood Report. Boy, I tell you what, that was a charged version of that song.
Yeah. Yeah, he had his Wheaties this morning.
You referenced Jimmy Fallon. Boy, the Rolling Stone article, I think I read they interviewed, 60 current and former Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon staffers.
Yeah.
Not one of them went to the wall for Jimmy. Not one said, no, really, the guy's great. It was just comment after comment about the toxicity of that workplace.
Yeah.
And, I'm not going to kick a guy when he's down unless it's Jimmy Fallon. I have heard for years from folks in the biz, he's a tough guy to work for.
Yeah.
His biggest problem isn't that he has a problem with the bottle, and I would never mock someone for that, because he's a moody cuss, to say the very least. His biggest problem is that a couple blocks away, Stephen Colbert is just a saint on earth. The nicest guy in the world. Stephen Colbert and Conan O'Brien, two people who have nothing but just the admiration of their staffers is remarkable.
I mean, that's
I love
it.
Conan.
Then Johnny, back in the day, had a pretty good reputation to work with, I think. Carson, I'm talking about. I don't know. But everyone else has been a raging prick. And I'm talking about every damn talk show, from The View to Ellen to David Letterman and everyone in between.
What about Kimmel?
Great guy.
Seems like
everything I hear. Wonderful,
that's not what
fella.
Matt Damon has to say.
Well, that's very true. They do have their spats.
There's an update on that, though. Fallon has apologized.
Right, yeah. I'm sure you have. But, it's funny to think about. Yeah, Carson did have a great reputation. He had a good reputation at a time when literally you could basically duct tape a staffer to a closet wall for a day and nobody would raise an eyebrow.
Those were the days.
Those were the days, baby.
Holy Heart Attack at 7:30. Clapton tickets if you can beat the toaster.
Oh, yes.
Hang tight.
Oh, I see.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. It is Friday, September the 8th. Good morning. Did I mention it's Friday? Man, am I enjoying me some Friday morning radio around here because the weekend's really kind of special. This weekend's, there's a lot of things going on here in-house, if you will. Candace, any plans for the weekend?
Just watch a movie.
Oh, come on.
Stop it, you.
Come on, Candace. Lay it on us.
No, my band Sabotage is going to be playing at the Chili Feed in Ellsworth, Wisconsin tomorrow.
Yes, it is.
Chili feed. No chili out there this year, though.
No, but that's okay.
Wait. What?
Yeah, so it's the pandemic thing happened, and then after the pandemic, there was something about, hey, you guys got to, follow some rules, and we all know that rules are for fools. And anyway, and then the chili chef quit. But anyway, free beer and soda out
free
there.
Beer
Lots of free beer and soda.
Rock and roll.
And the rock and roll is all free. 2 stages out there.
My plan was to go to the show, and I even told Candace this. My suggestion was after she got off stage, let's eat chili until one of us throws up. I was like, man, the weather has turned. It is September. It is chili season, and now it's going to be, I guess, free beer season is going to have to be a substitute.
I have just discovered some chili. I'm not going to give them a plug on the air, but this place I live nearby, this deli, this chili's crazy. I'll bring the chili.
Yeah, just bring a little
Little
sack full of chili.
Tupperware.
Yeah, I'll bring my
Fantastic.
Tupperware. I have that stuff that snaps.
Make sure you burp it.
Always.
Got to burp that Tupperware.
I got the good stuff, where it's got the little cap on top. It auto burps.
Attaboy. There's a lot of times we talk about stories that are kind of funny or scary or creepy or weird. And occasionally it does everybody a bit of good to put yourself in the shoes of someone we're talking about. And this is a truly horrific thing. To just imagine stumbling upon a situation like this. Police in the UK got a call Wednesday evening. A witness, someone called, and they were terribly upset. They said, I think I just saw the result of a mass killing.
Oh, my God.
And the police are like, what are you talking about? And the caller said, I'm standing outside of I'm looking into a building, and there's just bodies everywhere.
Oh, like a cult thing.
And exactly what she thought it was. And the police are like, okay, give us the address. We're on our way. The police showed up. It was a yoga studio.
Yeah.
And it was a class of yogis who were literally finishing their class. There is a pose called the corpse pose. Everyone lays perfectly still for minutes at a time. It's a shavasana. You lay on your back with your arms and legs spread out. I've done this myself. Police swarmed the building, interrupting what was up until then a really peaceful moment in a yoga class.
Oh.
And they said the woman was completely sincere who called. She had nothing but the best intentions.
Come on.
The yoga instructor said, my heart goes out to the people who thought I was a murderer, but I can assure you I just hold space for deep relaxation.
I may have those thoughts, but I didn't commit anything.
What? Okay, first of all, you're calling in the mass murder, the cult, the Heaven's Gate here. You find the bodies all lined up. I don't know. I still don't understand the pose, but I'm guessing they're all laying flat on the ground. You don't give it a moment to, hey, what am I looking at? You just immediately, in a microsecond, you're on 911 calling in a mass murder, which is very improbable and not something you were expecting to run across today. You just don't give it a minute. You don't tap on the window.
You know what I think that's
see if they're breathing.
You know what I think it is? I think it's a response to the caller's own trauma that they haven't dealt with.
Yep.
You're walking around looking for drama. You're looking for crisis.
That's
so
it,
that
isn't it?
you can then calm down and save the day. Oh, I'm sorry. Am I projecting? Sorry, my bad.
No, that's what happened here, I'm sure.
Having been in many a hot yoga class, I can assure you I've wanted the police to break in at times. I would have been thrilled to have sirens and guns drawn. Just get me out of this hellhole.
Yeah.
My experience with hot yoga was this. I tried it. It was miserable, and a friend said, no, you got to go 5 times. Just go, get through the 5th class, and you'll see it differently. And it was very true. For a brief period of time, 05, 06 through like 2010, like a 5 or 6 year period, I did a lot of hot yoga, and I loved it.
Really?
But the problem is, if you ever take a break for even like 3 weeks, going back is the worst thing imaginable. Like the minute you walk into that room, it's 108 degrees or something. You're like, oh God, like you lose your ability to maintain focus and function and a sense of humanity almost immediately. You got to go regularly. And it's been that long, and I keep looking around going, I got to get back into it. And then I say, well, no, I don't. I think that ship has sailed.
I'm going to have to take your word for it. Anytime someone tells me I have to do something 5 times, that's usually booze is involved. Just take 5 or just smoke it 5 times. And then, anytime. Right. I remember doing hash one time.
Take 5 hits before you judge, dude.
Right, exactly. And it always ends up poorly. But, yeah, I've told my story about my first date. I think we were telling bad first date stories, and mine was a hot yoga class that I may or may not have passed out for a moment in, and then looked like a total pussy in a room of pussies. And I don't mean that literally. I just mean that we're all in there doing yoga, and I'm being a little facetious, obviously,
right?
But because everyone in there was tougher than I was. But yeah, it was totally embarrassing, and I never went back. I'm like, yoga sucks anyway, and how can we make it suck more? I know, crank up the heat.
I found it. I once I got into it, I loved it. And the thing I really liked is that the style I was doing, Bikram, long before the guy Bikram was discovered to be like a serial rapist and just a horrible human, his studios were awesome because it was the same. You could go anywhere in the world, there'd be a Bikram studio, and it was the exact same. And he used to say in that clipped accent of his, I want to be the McDonald's of yoga. You know what you're getting wherever you go. And for a guy traveling like I was in those years, it was fantastic.
Yeah.
And I went to a Bikram studio here in the Twin Cities several times in those years. Always had an amazing class, great instructors. Couldn't begin to tell you what neighborhood it was or which studio, but because I just got a cab or an Uber. It would have been taxi years back then. And I just went and always enjoyed it. And then one day I stopped, and then, it's just over. Like the minute that door closes, man, the idea of getting back in there, absolutely impossible. There's got to be a word for that, for being really good and loving something and then dropping it and then realizing I can't get started again. I think the Germans have a word for that.
Do they?
Farfenhafenskabens. Something they should. That's right. It's Norwegian. I'm sorry. I forgot.
Yeah.
And which we can come up with that word. Dictionary.com has added 566 new words this year.
Wow.
Not 5 or 6, 566 new words to dictionary.com. Let's see if anybody knows what any of these are, okay?
Yeah.
The first one, coffee nap.
Coffee nap. Just taking a short nap, I suppose.
Yeah.
Just a power nap kind of thing.
They say, and I've read this, the trick, if you're going to take an afternoon nap, have a cup of coffee, then take your nap for 15 to 20 minutes. The caffeine takes a while to hit, generally speaking. You might think you get a caffeine buzz right away, but it's 15 or 20 minutes generally before it really has invigorated you. And they say if you can take a nap right after drinking a cup of coffee, you feel extra energized when you wake up. You've got the double dip. You've got the power nap that reset your brain and the caffeine jolt. So that's a word now, coffee nap. How about this one? Blur's Day. B-L-U-R-S-D-A-Y. Blur's
Day.
Day.
Blend together.
I thought Hangover Day myself. That's a Blur's Day. A day not easily distinguished from other days, or the phenomenon of days running together, or parenthood. That's another word for the first 4 years as a parent. Man. You look up and go, what the hell just happened since March? Yeah, that's how that works. Okay, we probably all have heard this a lot lately. Nepo baby. That's now in dictionary.com.
Which one? Nepo.
Nepo, a celebrity with a parent who is also famous, especially one whose industry connections are perceived as essential to their success.
Kardashians.
The Kardashians? The kids of the Kardashians. I guess their dad was somewhat famous. I think it's more like your Gwyneth Paltrow. Her mom was an actress. Her dad was a big producer. And she gets to go vag up a candle and now because of her parents' success. Or Kate Hudson, was born to whatever greatness she's achieved. Not that, for the record, hard-working gal, Kate Hudson. I can speak from a time when she was in my life, or I guess the more appropriately, I was in hers, is how Vanity Fair would report that. She goes after it. I mean, you can't deny that. There's a lot of these people. Stella McCartney is often listed as a Nepo baby, and it's always like, no, that one I have a problem with because she's not a songwriter. She's not getting a record deals. She's a designer. She's in the world of fashion. Okay. And yes, the word McCartney, I'm sure it opened a door or two, but that wouldn't keep her in the room. You know what I mean? I just think that's one where people always throw her name out there, and I'm like, her success as a fashion designer has nothing to do with Let It Be at this stage of the game. I mean, she's proven herself. Okay, that's Nepo baby. How about this? Shower orange.
Nothing. I've got nothing for you. Shower orange.
Shower orange. It makes me think
beer?
Makes me think. Wow,
you're the same.
Yeah, you're right in the wheelhouse. An orange that is peeled and eaten in a steamy shower. Gross. People say it's very soothing.
Well, I would puke.
Okay.
My favorite shower moment of watching someone else do something I never expected. Early band days, everyone living in the band house, and my buddy Clint Steele, who I'd grown up with. That's the guy that I originally moved to Atlanta to play music with. His mom called the house. I answer the phone. Hey, Linda, hang on a second. I knock on the bathroom door. I hear that there's a shower in progress. And I put my head in. I go, Clint. And the shower curtain opens, and he leans out, and he's got a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah.
She goes, yeah? And I just thought, man, that's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. I said, your mom's on the phone. He goes, all right, hang on. He just gets out, never puts the cigarette out, towels off, gets dry. It was fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah.
How about this one? If you've ever spent time in Philadelphia, Jawn, Jawn, Jawn. Anybody know that word? I've heard it for years.
But like yawn and...
It's Jawn. It's a filler word used by people in Philadelphia when they can't think of the name of something. Hey, man, hand me that, give me that Jawn over there.
Oh, they say,
I've heard people say Jawn. Mel, we were at the, what's that Jawn over there? I've heard people say that for years.
Wow.
And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? And it's literally, it's thingamajig, but in Philadelphia, they say Jawn.
I should know that one. I have an aunt that still lives there, and of course she's from Central PA, but moved to the Philly area.
She'll know Jawn.
She'll know Jawn. I'll have to bring that up to her, because she's the one that always say Yins. When are Yins coming back out here?
Guys.
Yins. How about this? Snite. Not spite, snite, S-N-I-T-E. I like this one. It's a British term to wipe snot from your nose with your thumb or finger.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, she's getting a little snot, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. With a dog who's constantly got snot, Chauncey, I'm sniting that sucker every 5 minutes.
That's an entire season around here. I've already had the runny outside. Now we've had a couple of cool days, the runny nose, you know.
Could see my breath this morning.
566 words. So for the rest of the show, we've got 560 to go. This is going to be a great rest of the day. Hey, check this out. 92KQRS and Bud Light have a shot for you to win $1,000 during Sunday's season opening Minnesota game. Meet up with our boy Woody at the Freight House in Stillwater during the first half of the game and sign up for the kickback jackpot. If the first play of the second half is a kickoff return for a touchdown by either team, we're going to pick someone out in that room and give them $1,000. If not, we're going to roll the prize money over to the next game and add another $1,000 to the pot. Holy smokes. By the end of the year, that could be built up to some, that's going to be a lot of coin. That's going to be $17,000 if no one ever cashes in. Complete contest rules at 92kqrs.com. The Freight House in Stillwater, Woody, first half, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, that is. Dun, dun, dun. Right now, the Maple Grove Lock and Safe Talk and Text line will need a couple of bold callers. 9 and 2, 651-989-ROCK. Yeah, It's time to take on the Toaster. Beat the Toaster for tickets to Clapton Thursday, September 14th at the Xcel Energy Center. Prize provided by Jam Productions. And yeah, we have a runner-up. If you're trying to beat the Toaster today, we got everyone's a winner. Field of Bands featuring Arch Allies. That's happening Saturday, September 16th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Prize provided by Yellow Ribbon Alliance of Lower St. Croix Valley. 651-989-ROCK. Can you beat the Toaster? Dial up. Good luck and hang tight.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. It is Friday, September the 8th, which means we are just under, a week away from the Eric Clapton Show at the Xcel Energy Center. That's this coming Thursday night, September the 14th. Slow hand, Mr. Cocaine himself. What if that was his nickname? Mr. Cocaine.
Mr.
They used to call James Brown Mr. Sex Machine, Mr. Living in America, whatever they'd always give the songs and call him Mr. That'd be great. Mr. Cocaine, Eric Clapton, coming to the Xcel Energy Center. He will be there Thursday night. And so we figured, hey, we're all here. We got microphones. We got phones. Let's give away some tickets. Let's be cool. Let's be that show. So that's what we're going to do. We have two callers who are ready to compete for a chance. Well, not for a chance, to actually win Eric Clapton tickets. And oh my, you can hear it in my voice. I'm so excited. Why, you ask? Well, Tony, why don't you tell everybody why I'm so damned excited?
The tension and the joy is palpable because...
Wakey, eggs and bacon.
Toast.
I would like toast.
Toast.
Who wants toast? I love toast.
When this guy put some bread in a toaster, you won't believe what happened next.
You've got bread and a toaster of some kind.
Can you make me a grilled cheese sandwich?
Your breakfast is ready.
I didn't hear a ding.
The KQ Morning Show presents
All we need is beat the toaster.
The toaster.
It's a game show. Beat the toaster.
Breakfast is ready.
Yep, it's time again for Beat the Toaster. You know it, you love it, you might even fear it. Here's what we do. We pop a slice of bread into the toaster here in the studio, and we'll give you a category. Then you name as many things that pop into your pretty little head as possible in 15 seconds before the toast pops. Try and beat the toaster. Just try.
There's nothing better. I mean, there really isn't. It's just, you should see the faces of all four of us every time this game shows up. It's like, oh my God, we're going to play Beat the Toaster again. It's going to be great. We're going to laugh at our friends who call in and we'll make fun of them off air and on air, and it's going to be amazing. And all we really think is, thank God we're not playing. Because honestly, it's really stress-inducing to be on the show, much less in the game. With all that said, Candace, who is contestant number one?
Greg from Prior Lake.
Greg, good morning.
Good morning.
You're sounding chipper, my man. You ready to play Beat the Toaster?
Well, you're scaring me. My toast would probably have to be burnt before I can get some through my brain.
Well, listen, a lot of great things. Most of the music we love was created by burnt brains, so we feel pretty good.
I wasn't named that college tune because I was lost yesterday. I'm so sorry for that gentleman.
We were all lost on that one, trust me. So
Kenny.
That's right.
Kenny.
Oh,
By the way,
Kenny.
I might stand or overdo him now. Just wait till you're done with me.
No, we're gonna make this happen. We're gonna work with you, Greg, and as I said before, we're not the kind of people who will mock you off air. We'll do it on air. You have our word.
Okay, great. My wife's already laughing.
Beautiful. Tony, take it away. Let's see what Greg's got up his sleeve.
Be gentle. All right, dear. Greg, listen, so we're giving you 2 rounds. The first one is usually kind of a softball, and then the second one we get a little bit inside your head. So to start off, I think you'll be a good candidate for this one. Why don't you, in 15 seconds, name any past or present Viking receivers? Go ahead.
Carl Eller. A receiver?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Randy Moss. Carter.
Two good ones.
The do da.
And one police song.
That's all I want to say to you. You got Chris Carter, you got Randy Moss, the first two that came to my mind. Make no mistake about it. Jordan and Justin, you got work to do if 25 years later we're still talking Carter and Moss first top of mind. I think they have what it's going to take. All right, Greg, not bad, brother. Empires of tickets giveaways have been built on less of a foundation. Hang tight. We're going to put you on hold for a minute. Round 2, back to you in just a few minutes. But first, Candace, who's caller number 2?
Darren from Bloomington.
Darren, good morning.
Hey,
Good morning. 55 years old Sunday, and this is on my bucket list, so I'm praying right now.
Happy birthday.
Praying right now. It's my birthday Sunday, 55. Double nickel.
Yeah, it's. I remember 55 well.
You're over 55?
Oh, it's in the rear view, baby. I just turned 58 last month.
And yet your skin is so soft.
You know what it is? It's the cocoa butter.
Yeah.
By the way,
Apply liberally.
It's that, and it's it's the cocoa butter, but don't overlook apple butter. We'll talk off air.
Of course not.
Darren, are you ready to play Beat the Toaster?
Oh, I'm ready, baby.
I like it. Let's go. Happy birthday round for Darren. Let's do it, Tony.
All right, Darren, we're going to stay with the Vikes theme now. Yours is name any past or present Viking coach. Go ahead.
Carter or Jerry. Oh, Jesus, this is hard when you think about it. Danny Green. Mike Zimmer. Let's see. Why can't I think of this? Zimmer. Oh boy.
All right.
Jerry Burns was the word you heard. The name you were looking for.
Jerry Burns.
Green. You got Denny. You got Green. You got Zimmer. Who is that one guy? Who's that one
Les
Vikings
Steckel?
coach?
Les Steckel could be described as shit.
There was that one guy that was around for a long time, and he was kind of an icon. Let's
What was
see.
his
What was his
name?
name?
Stoic.
Lou Grant. That was his name. Lou Grant.
The buzzer ended. I knew 5.
Yeah.
Oh, no, that's great, Darren. It's early in the morning, and like we said, round 1 is just a wake-up call. Round 2 is when we separate the wheat from the chaff. Well played, sir. Hang tight. Hang out. We're not done with you, but we're going to go back to Greg for round 2. Greg, now we're wide awake. Now we're ready to roll, brother. You feeling it?
I'm your Huckleberry.
Nice.
There you go, Doc Holliday. All right, Tony, let's see what he's got.
All right, this is a little odder, if that's a word. Now, if you were an artist, maybe you are an artist, but if you were an artist, what would you create if the only thing you had to work with was seaweed? Go ahead.
Pot plants, manatee statue, spinach dip, biscuits and gravy, spinach and gravy, spinach salad.
Wait, what? After manatee statue, which was a hell of an answer.
Great answer.
Yeah, that
I
was
want
perfect.
one made out of seaweed. Then we went into just you're making salads.
Yeah, well, a salad artist.
Did I hear fish dip? Did I hear those words?
Sure, that counts.
Why not?
Biscuits and gravy, spinach and gravy, and spinach and spinach salad. I think I heard all that.
All right.
How do you make that out of seaweed?
does
Well,
that-
he's an artist.
I guess so. Are we counting all those? I mean, if that's true, he got 5.
Who are we to say it's art?
All right,
It's,
who are we to say?
Don't
Greg.
knock it till you try it.
Greg coming out of left field on that one. Well played, sir. All right, sit tight, Greg. Darren, we're back to you for round 2. As we've just learned, we can paint outside the lines here.
Oh, no.
You got this, brother. You got this. Come on. Take another little
stream of conscience.
Take another little belt of coffee or a hit off that joint, and let's do this. Tony?
Open your mind.
Open your mind, brother. Tomorrow never knows.
Come on.
All right, this could be kind of fun. Okay, I want you to name articles of clothing in your closet, but I want you to say them using the voice of a parrot. Go ahead.
T-shirt, blue jeans, tennis shoes, socks, underwear, and bandana. Under Armour shirt, block.
What?
Under Armour shirt, block.
You added the parrot. What? You made it authentic.
Wow.
That should have been 6.
I think I would have hit the dump button on that one.
Blue jeans, tennis shoes, sock under. But I think Darren may have taken this one. I got T-shirt, blue jeans, tennis shoes, socks, underwear, bandana. That's 6.
Yeah.
Wow.
For the win.
Man.
A Randy Moss jersey, that's too tight.
Darren won a cracker. Darren won a cracker. Well played. All right. Darren, you did it. You came off the ropes to take the win. Greg, you're not leaving empty-handed, brother. You will get the runner-up prize, Field of Bands featuring Arch Allies, Saturday, September 16th at the Washington County Fairgrounds. Darren, you, my friend, are going to the XL Energy Center next Thursday to see Eric Clapton. Guys, thank you both.
Yeah, thank you. Oh, man.
Happy birthday, Darren. Man, that was... Oh, gosh. I got to admit, the parrot threw me. Was not expecting that.
Well, of course not.
Damn music freaks me out. If I would hear that music outside of this radio show, I think, I could get violent.
No, I hear it
It's
in my
like
head.
it's like if you're walking down a dark alley, and if someone had the good sense to, like, from a window above you, put on the X-Files music.
Oh.
You'd be like, oh, whoa, Mulder, what the hell's
And
happening?
then shine a flashlight down on you.
Yeah. I mentioned something. It's even if you didn't hear the last segment of the show, we talked about new words added to dictionary.com. 566 new words. This isn't a new word, but I saw a tweet, and I have to share this with you. Someone wrote, "The world is indeed a vast hellscape right now, but remember, the Mandarin word, the Mandarin Chinese word for penguin, literally translates to business goose."
I love that.
Isn't that the best thing you've heard in a long time?
Again, another great band name.
Business Goose is a great name. And by the way, you'd corner the Mandarin market. You wouldn't even need a Western release.
No.
Are you kidding? That'd be incredible. That is a great name for a band, Business Goose.
Oh, that is phenomenal. I here at the break am going to ask my AI generator, because they have this AI generator. You just say just name something crazy, and it generates an image for you.
I like it.
The image I'm going to ask it to generate is a manatee statue made of seaweed.
Yes, that
I'm
was
going to see what
great.
that looks like. We'll get that up on the KQ Facebook
Hey,
page. Maybe.
real quick, last night, I don't know if anybody watched any of the U.S. Open last night, the women's semifinals in Flushing. Tennis, we're talking here. Madison Keys, an American, she's been as high ranked as number 7 in the world at a time. Right now, she's number 17, I believe. Madison Keys is the ultimate almost but never quite punches through. And she was in the semifinal last night against the Belarusian Sabalenka, who's about to be the world number 1. Madison Keys won the first set 6-0. She was up in the second set 5-3, serving for the win, and lost the match.
Ooh, collapse.
She lost the match up 6-0, 5-3, and serving. And she completely cratered. And after the match, she has to get up there and give her presser like they all do. Yeah. And it's beyond gut-wrenching. She's just crying. She's like, I'm going to find some positive something here. Yeah, it's so just grueling. And for a woman who her reputation is just never quite had like in the moment of truth, she'll blink. And boy, she blinked hard last night. It was just one of those things where, boy, you don't have to know anything about tennis to just get wrapped up in that one. And Sabalenka, who's about to be the world number 1, she's 6 feet tall. She's 170 pounds. She's just spectacularly imposing. And, I mean, Madison Keys is a large woman, but Sabalenka looks like Ivan Drago as a female tennis player. She's like this, she's the Belarusian bully. She's like terrifying and obviously a great player. She's about to be world number 1. And after the match, she said, I don't know how I just won. She's like, I have no idea what just happened. It was gut-wrenching, tremendous theater in a way that only sports can really still kind of provide. We're going to have some gut-wrenching human theater this fall when the KQ Morning Show hits the road for a long weekend, ladies and gentlemen. KQ up north with our friends at BigDeck.com, October 5th through the 8th at Cragun's Resort on Gull Lake. Did you hear what I just said? We're going to Cragun's Resort on Gull Lake, and we are inviting you to join us for a live broadcast of the KQ Morning Show, for drinks on the boat cruise, dinner, and much more. BigDeck.com is bringing us all up there. Cragun's Resort on Gull Lake is accommodating us all up there. It's going to be an absolute riot.
Yeah,
Won't you join us?
Oh, you've got to. I'm so stoked for that. Would you guys ever get caught cheating at anything? No, I mean, red-handed here. We bring it up. There's a story we got to get to here at 8:00. You talk about competition. They had the big Mexico City Marathon down there. This is going to blow your mind. A cheating scandal that anything you've ever heard about cheating in any sport will be blown away by this. And then we're going to fess up if we ever have been caught cheating.
Oh, boy.
8 o'clock. Hang tight.
Sports!
Yeah.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. It is Friday, September the 8th. Good morning. We are rolling along in 30 minutes from right now. Jeff Cesario is calling in.
Yes.
Yay.
Jeff Cesario, a very, very funny man who's going to be in town at the end of the month for a couple nights over at Acme. That is very, very exciting news for anybody that knows one of the funnier guys you'll ever have a chance to see. In an hour from now, Maggie Faris will join us in studio. She's at Laugh Camp this weekend, so we've got some very funny people coming up on the show. How about this? We've got a very funny person on the phone right now. 2 nights ago, as we told you, the 4 of us went over to the Acme Comedy Company, and we took part in judging the funniest person in the Twin Cities competition. And the winner is on the phone right now, Tia Haynes. Tia, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Congratulations.
Thanks.
Yay, Tia.
You got to be feeling pretty good right now. You're the funniest person in the Twin Cities.
We'll see for how long. But
Is this the plan? Are you already? Do you see yourself as a comedian right now, full time? Is this something you're trying to do, or is this literally you took a flyer and you just said, let's see what happens?
I've been doing like mics and stuff for like a year,
Okay.
but I have a daytime job, so. Not full time with comedy yet. I think it takes a while to get there. So
It certainly does. So how long have you been doing it on the side, doing open mics and stuff?
Like about a year.
Oh, that's all. You're just brand new at this.
Yeah, it is an amateur contest. So.
Yeah. Oh, it's fantastic. Well, it was great the other night. We all really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
And so let me get this right. So let me see. The prize it's $1 million, and no, wait, it wasn't quite that much. But that's got to be it's got to feel great to know that a whole bunch of strangers said you were the best one up there that night. So congrats.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
And let us know if you're when you're appearing in town. Feel free to give us a heads up so we can let the people know.
For sure, yeah, definitely.
All right, thanks, Tia. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, I always appreciate a comedian that comes out and right away let you know that their life is just as screwed up as yours. It's kind of disarming when she comes out and starts talking about her family. You're like, yeah, we're all in it together. There's a lot of dysfunction out there.
Sure there is.
She did a great job.
It was a great job, and it's a competition, but it's not it's a competition, but it's a comedy competition. It's not like there's a mano-a-mano physical nature. It's not like there's no one's got to get the better of someone else. It's a healthy, enjoyable thing. Anytime you got 5 people stepping up there all trying to make you laugh, you can have a worse night. Make no mistake about it. There is a competition we do want to discuss with you. A recent competition in Mexico City. That was the Mexico City Marathon. Went down last month. 30,000 people entered the race on August 27th, and authorities have come clean. They said, we found out that a few of the runners didn't complete the required distance. They had tracking data, and it showed some of the runners bypassed entire sections of the course. There were complaints. Some runners used public transportation, vehicles, and bicycles to finish the race. So there were 30,000 runners, and they came forward and said, actually, we found out that 11 people did not do what they said they did.
Oh, man.
Wait, no. I'm sorry. Did I say 11 people?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it was 11,000 people.
What?
11,000 of the 30,000 entrants cheated.
You know what I'm thinking of? Like, remember the Cannonball Run with Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise?
Of course.
It was from coast to coast, however the hell you can get there the fastest. It had to be on 4 wheels, no flying or anything like that. But and it was just a free-for-all, breakout. Jailbreak, rather, from one coast to the other. That's what I'm picturing at the Mexico. Go! And everyone just starts immediately cheating. What's that, like a third of the people were just flat out cheating?
It's actually over a third. It's incredible. If you have any competition, if there's anything where you just put it in smaller terms, you got 30 people in a room and 11 of them cheat on the task. You're like, what the hell's happening to our society? 11,000 people out of 30,000 that finished. They all went across the finish line having cheated.
I just feel like a sucker if I was running. With that many people jumping on bikes and in cabs or taking shortcuts, I just feel like a jerk out there trying to run the damn thing.
Well, that's an interesting point. How many people planned ahead to cheat, and then how many people went, wait, that dude just got on a city bus. What am I doing out here? Why am I the dupe?
I'm sure there's some they didn't catch, too.
Oh, that's of course. Yeah, that's a good point. If they're saying 11,000, it's probably 21,000, and they just had to save some face.
When's the Twin Cities Marathon coming up? Maybe we should just all enter, then go out and cheat and see.
A helicopter.
See who can get there first.
Man, that is so funny, man. I can't believe. And I just think about, obviously, when it's something like that, if you get caught, if you get called out, it's like, well, whatever, everybody did it, And this is not one where someone goes, well, if everybody jumped off the Brooklyn Bridge, would you? And it's kind of like, well, no, literally, everybody did it. But it puts in mind right away. It comes to mind having at times in my life cut a corner here or there, and getting busted cutting a corner. There's just nothing worse. There's just nothing worse. Whatever image you've presented to the world, it all crumbles. It's like, if you cheated at that, why do I know you're not cheating over here? Zepp, come on. Lay it on me. There's got to be a moment that comes to mind.
8th grade, immediately. I'll never forget because Mr. Lear's class, and I don't know what test we were taking or whatever, but someone figured out how to, they had the teacher desk, they'd have those little file cabinets with those janky little locks on them.
Yep.
And you'd take a paper clip and clink, 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 and somebody actually popped the lock one time. We're like, oh my, you actually picked it like on the TV shows? It worked? And so in there were the textbooks, the teacher's textbooks, with all of the answers to all of the questions.
Sure.
And Mr. Lear, he was 1 through 10 right out of the textbook, asked the questions, and all of the answers were there. You knew that was going to be the test. He just, photocopied it or whatever. And so we're all in there. And I remember there was Jeff Hamilton and I think Daryl Bowe and myself. And we sneak into his classroom. It's dark in there. Middle of the day, but it's dark in his classroom. We sneak in there. We've got our paperclip, and we're all focused on this file cabinet. And the lights came on.
Oh, man.
And we turned around, and there was Mr. Lear in his glasses and that jacket. and he whipped those glasses off. There was spit coming out of his mouth. He was so angry. And then he isolated us one at a time. And then the parents were called.
Damn.
To come in
rough.
and retrieve their cheaters.
Yeah.
And it was probably a test that you would have got 9 out of 10. That wasn't the point. But, red-handed that time. And then we were the kids then. There were the cheaters. There was a bit of a Woolsey scandal. The other parents would murmur, when they, turns up, kid, he's cheater, little cheater, little son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah, that's him. On the Facebook page, Tom posted that he cheated off a neighbor's paper in class. And then got caught and failed the test. He picked the wrong guy to cheat off of.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
That's a good combo right there. That's karma kicking your ass twice. That's a 2-for-1 special.
I can't be the only one that's cheated on this show.
It's fun. The one that came to mind, it wasn't necessarily cheating, but just getting caught. When you're caught red-handed doing anything, and this is not the only one. It's just the first one. Because when you describe that, the lights turn on and you're just like, oh, that moment. I was at the summer, I was probably 8 or 9, and I'm at the pool, as I did every day of the summer, and some kid was having a birthday party, and there was like a balcony that overlooked the pool and the deck and everything, and it would be for private parties, and you just hang out up there if you could reserve the space off the little clubhouse. And my buddy Jimmy and I ran up the steps one day just to go up there, and we saw the layout of what was about to be someone else's birthday party. And there was a cake, and there were gifts and presents, and the parents were setting it all up, and then both moms had just gone downstairs to get whatever they needed to get. No kids yet. We're up there alone, and there were 2 large pizzas on that table. And we, without a word, this is the kind of criminals we were. We just took one look at each other like, oh, we're getting a piece of that
You just
pizza.
knew.
And we opened it up. The first one was like sausage and mushroom and something. We were like, ew. The second one was just a cheese pizza.
Yep.
Done. We both grabbed one slice, closed the box back, and just wolf it down, not unlike a dog would. Just and we're laughing because we're doing this. We're walking down the stairs, and we walk right past the two moms who we had seen a minute ago. They're going up, we're going down, and I'm just like, as soon as we clear the bottom of these stairs, man, we're in the pool, we're swimming. They'll never know. We're just like 100 other kids at the pool. This woman grabs my arm.
Oh, no.
And she goes, "You've got pizza sauce on your face." And I mean, I just went, oh, and I looked at, and Jimmy and we looked at each other, and we both just had red sauce all over our lips.
Gosh.
And she goes, "You ate the pizza." She freaked out, man. Lifeguard Ronnie Staines came over. He banned me from the pool for the rest of the day.
Wow.
Which was literally like cutting my leg off at that time.
Only
And
the day, though.
I got home. It's 1 in the afternoon, and Mom's like, "Everything okay?" I'm like, "It's fine." I just, praying no one would find out. And this is another example of how my dad was just so tapped into all of the evil energy in the universe. That was the one night for the entire summer that after dinner at 6:30, he goes, "I say we go up and take a dip in the pool."
Oh, no.
One time summer. It was the one night I could not go back to the pool. I was banned for the day.
He must have known.
Yeah, right? But it's not like the lifeguard called him over at the boat company. I mean, and I remember just staring and like going, "You are evil, dude," because I figured he's just torturing me. And my mom's like, "Oh, yeah, that's great, honey." And they go get their swimsuits. And Doug's like, "Hey, we're going to the pool." And I'm like, I don't want to go. Like, I knew there was no way I could possibly explain that one away.
Do you still have pizza sauce on your face?
Yeah, I still hadn't washed it off. Oh, it was just brutal. And I literally told my parents. It was like walking to the governor and going, I committed the mass murder, sir.
Yeah.
I walked down and I said, "I can't go to the pool." And of course, my dad's like, couldn't have cared less. He's just, if I just left it there, I could have said, "I don't want to go." I said, "I can't go to the pool." He's like, "Why?" "I got banned for the day, and I ate pizza at the party." And I was so tortured about it that one time he didn't have to make it worse. He was like, "Well, then go to your room, and we'll see you in a bit." And then they all went to the pool, and I just sat. And I kid you not, I didn't leave my room. I was alone in the house for an hour. Did not think about leaving that room. Because that bastard was clairvoyant, and he would have known.
You had broken enough rules for the day. I do remember on that ride home, because my mom came in and picked me up. Dad's working out in the field or something. Came and picked me up, quiet all the way home, not a word. Disappointing mom, the worst feeling in the world. And you get home, and then you're going to get the old 1-2 punch. Here comes Dad with the cannon or something. I don't know. And Dad, "Brian, and it was caught cheating at school today." And he stopped, and he looked over, and he goes, "Yeah, well, he's not that bright anyway." What? Meaning what?
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
You got to do
we
it.
all got. It's a team game here. Get this kid through. Tony, any ever get popped in the act?
Yeah, and why does it always seem to be in school and involve testing? I had an algebra test, and I thought I was being brilliant and figured out a way to make little crib notes, cheat notes, little piece of paper. But after the test was over, as I got up, I forgot, and of course it fell onto the ground.
Oh, no.
But the super cool teacher saw it, and he's like, "Well, Tony, you're never going to need this, so never mind." He knew I would never need algebra.
Yeah, right.
So he was cool
that guy
about
was
it.
like, he was clearly campaigning for Teacher of the Year.
Right. And like Dad, he just saw us for what we are.
Damn. Candace, any
yeah, in 6th grade. Yeah, I think I cheated on a test, but I I convinced myself that I didn't. Like when I got caught, I was like so in the hole that I did not cheat. And then I just blocked it out. I could never do that again. I'm so afraid of karma now. It's just, I'm a good girl now.
You are a good girl.
Yeah.
All right. Learn that lesson once, never had to learn it again. That's great.
Yes.
And we've learned Candace is a good girl.
And and out of love and respect, we're not going to ask any more questions.
Not even after the chili feed. Hey, you guys.
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
All right. Hey, this is exciting. Jeff Cesario. We've got him on here at 8:30. Please hang tight.
A lovely cheese pizza just for me.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. It's Friday, September the 8th. Hey, check this out. Friday, September the 29th And Saturday the 30th, Jeff Cesario will be at Acme, making people laugh, which is what he's been doing for many, many years. Jeff Cesario, I'm going to go ahead and call him local legend. Guy that kicked off a hell of a career here in the Twin Cities. A man that we just heard from Cheap Trick, a man often called the Bunny Carlos of comedy.
Sure.
Jeff is on the horn right now. I'm not kidding. A man with a degree in percussion. Good morning, brother.
I'm also called the Cheap Trick of comedy. That's it.
There we
That's
go.
the one you want to hear. Sorry, guys, I got a little diarrhea, so I had to take the bus and a bike. That is a ridiculous story. That's impressive, though. Imagine how quickly that rumor spread at the starting line. Hey, guess what? Let's just take a frickin' Uber, okay? All right, everybody.
Yeah.
And they went. That's impressive. Although when the cartel tells you to do something, you just do it.
Well, that's true. When the cartel says we need at least a third of you to cheat in this marathon, yeah, trust me, you're going to go over 33%.
That's exactly right. So you guys are good because I am flying so high on Crestor right now. I'm jacked.
That's it, exactly.
Which one is that one?
So the Twins got to be like,
dude,
come on, you guys got to be completely wired on that. What are they, 2 over 500, but 9 games ahead of Cleveland? That's impressive.
That's how we like to do it. Yeah, it's they're taking over the league Brubaker style. Nice and slow.
Yeah.
We're just glad the Yankees aren't going to be the ones to kick our ass in the first round of the playoffs. It'll be the Orioles probably, but
that would just hurt.
Yeah, no.
But I'm liking all the rules they have to speed up the game. I love the pitch clock. I love all of it. I came up with a couple other ones that I think will help. I like the shortcut. That's if you get a hit. You don't have to go to first base. You can run right over the mound to second base.
I like, yeah. Why not?
But the pitcher can actually cold cock you, so you got to use it at the right time.
Right.
It's important that these things be utilized. It's not so much that it's a great rule; it's a great rule when used correctly. That's what you're saying.
Like anything in baseball, or this one, 10th man in the bleachers. You get to put a uniformed guy out in right or left field. They can parade around. They can do whatever they want. Guess what? They catch your home run ball. You're out. It's that simple. It doesn't get any easier.
That's actually brilliant.
And people would pay to play that part. So it's another way for the league to make money.
Oh, that's interesting. And then, of course, you chip in some for rehab for Trevor Bauer. You cover all your bases.
That's exactly what it is.
And then my favorite new one that I have that I really like, this is called the wet rally. If you're behind by more than 5 runs, Steve, when you're up to bat and your opponent's in the field, blam, you just get to turn on the sprinklers. How much fun would that be?
I would pay to see every one of those rules implemented.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm working on my own homer call because I think that's the next area where you're going to see some creativity come in because all the umpires they just go strike or they do some grunting.
Right.
I think you got to start getting into the batters' heads a little bit. Let's play some games like my homer call would be think again. That's what I would do.
that would certainly that would do the trick. You'd be right in their head. Yeah.
Yeah, and at least they're trying. Some areas there's way too much inconsistency. I mean, like NFL, they have a whole concussion protocol. They have 2 concussion doctors on the field at all times. They have helmets that have airbags, for God's sake.
Mm-hmm.
While over in the UFC, you can just hammer on a dude's coconut who's unconscious for 20 seconds.
Sure.
The ref's over in the corner having a smoke. Hey, this Wordle's really hard. Oh, geez, look out.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of UFC, but I can't. Anytime I do, I think to myself, what is the line for that ref to stop the fight? Because it's not when the guy's helpless. Clearly, there's some other. What are you looking for exactly?
I think it's audio. I think he's listening for a cracked skull.
Yeah.
That's it. That would check out.
Now's the time.
Jeff
I think he's
Cesario.
had enough.
Jeff Cesario is at the Acme. It's Friday and Saturday, September 29th and 30th, which I'm thrilled. I know you are. You got, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Twin Cities is where you kicked off your stand-up career.
I did many moons ago with the first class out of Minneapolis, which was Louis Anderson and myself and the great Joel Hodgson and the amazing Bill Bauer and Alex Cole, Joel Madison. We had a bunch of guys out of there. Liz Winstead went on to create The Daily Show. We just had a really strong first class, small but mighty. Everybody went on and did some really interesting things with their careers.
When you first got to L.A., how much of a jolt to the system was that for a Midwestern guy like yourself, a Badger through the Twin Cities to L.A.?
Well, look, anytime you get out of the Midwest, you're scared to death, but then it hits you, people are like half naked here. So you just drop your trousers and walk in through the city limits and you're fine.
That's very good. That's good to know. It's an important...
that's the way where you go, I can get away with crap here.
Yeah.
Boom, I'm in heaven.
When Jeff and I first met, this is over 20 years ago, one of the first things you ever said to me as an offhanded comment, I've repeated it to people for years, which is, here's the trick to L.A., if you take a beat before answering a question, people will follow you like you're a guru. Just pretend to be thinking before you speak, and that's enough to get you ahead of the game.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, they don't know that you're dumb. They just think that you're philosophical.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody's moving out here. Well, I think maybe by now we can all agree the caffeine thing hasn't worked out. Starbucks, what'd they start? Like the early 90s? 30 years later, we are at each other's throats, okay? Let's back off the caffeine, especially out here.
Yeah, we might.
Now they're putting things in your coffee that are like, that have OID at the end. You want Silveroid in your coffee? No, thank you. No, I don't.
Yeah, that is waving a certain type of flag. Anytime you see OID, I just imagine there's usually that's problematic.
Yeah, lying is big out here too. That's that's become
sure.
That's just part of the industry. You know that. You were in music.
Jeez.
Lying is my favorite lie of all time. Is you guys watch Pawn Stars? I love Pawn Stars. That is the show on the air. And my favorite lie in Pawn Stars comes when they're talking about the dude walks in with a watch and they go, what is it? And he goes, well, it's a special sailing watch. And then the guy says, what do you want for it? He goes, I was thinking on selling it for $640. And then the guy says, okay, well, how did you arrive at that figure? That's my favorite line. And the guy's stammering I had to do a little research online and, just tell the truth. Well, I arrived at $640 because there's a guy right outside the store right now from Caesar's Sportsbook who says I owe him $640.
That's exactly right. That's fantastic. So Bob Barker is no longer with us. So were you a Price is Right guy?
I love The Price is Right just because it shows the decline in the public school systems in this country.
Okay.
Used to be people were kind of in the ballpark for a price. They were kind of near it.
Yeah.
Now people just flip out. They get called down. Jennifer Jameson coming down. Oh, my God. All right, we got some camping gear here. It's 2 backpacks and a water cooler. What do you say? $7,000. Oh, God. No wonder the Koreans are flying by us at the speed of light.
They know the value of a buck. They know what things cost. Jeff Cesario is at Acme Friday and Saturday, September 29th and 30th at Acme. I'm looking very forward to that. Will Chet Waterhouse join you?
Chet will be there, sponsored by Throwbacks, the e-cigarette you light with a match. And, of course, Thailand. And nothing is illegal in Thailand. Be there or be square.
That's a hell of a tourism slogan right there.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of throwbacks, have you heard the new Rolling Stones single? They just released it on Wednesday.
I have not yet.
It's, in all sincerity, definitely worth your time. Track it down. It's called Angry. The Rolling Stones are 140, and they just put together a great new song.
That's impressive. I got to hear that. Plus, here's the amazing thing about the Stones. Charlie Watts still on drums.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, you can't knock years and years and years of the patience he showed sitting around. Like he said, when the band was in their 25th anniversary, he said it's 5 years of playing, 20 years of waiting around. So
that's right.
Yeah, so yeah, he's still there.
Better than anybody in the drum chair. That's all muscle memory.
That's it.
Alive or dead, it doesn't matter.
Let's go back to your percussion history for real, though. You are a percussionist.
Yeah, I played a little bit. I played a lot in wedding bands. That was about the height of my set career.
Right.
I went a little further as a Latin percussionist. But I played in bands where, people would come up and go, hey, you guys know any AC/DC? And you'd have to say, oh, yeah, we'll get right around to it after we finish the hokey pokey. Okay? Give us a chance.
Hey, it just dawned on me, and again, just in case Jeff and I go back a ways, but you're no longer the father of a kid. You have a teenager.
Yeah, she's 14. She'll be 15 soon. And honest to God, guys, she is the most beautiful, sweetest narc on the She will rat me out no matter. 7 seconds after I've done something, my wife gets a full CIA dossier out. And I get the call, Jeff, could you come into the living room? And I'm like, what? She goes, well, I understand you fed the cats dry food. And we agreed on March 12th of 2017 we would never feed the cats dry food again. So what's going on? And then I'm like a prisoner. I'm just like, my name's Jeff Cesario, and my rank is private. I don't know nothing about it.
It's nice. That's nice. It's comforting to know that your own spawn is here on Earth to keep you on the straight and narrow path.
Yeah, she actually said this to me the other day. She said, hey, Dad, what's the point of human height? So now I'm frozen in a complete existential panic. Felt like a day, but it's probably 10 seconds. She answers her own question. She goes, I guess it's just so that a bunch of us aren't just blobs, and walks out of the room.
What? Argue that.
An important lesson, which is never, ever volunteer information. Just let it sit a good 30 seconds in silence. That's what I did, and I learned a great lesson.
That is always learning. Jeff's going to be at Acme Friday and Saturday, September 29th and 30th. Cannot wait to see you, brother, and I appreciate you getting up at the crack of dawn to give us a holler today.
Oh, man, this will be a ton of fun. The cats are outside the door going, are we getting fed early or what? So I got to get to them.
Right on. We'll see you soon, brother.
All right, boys.
See ya.
Thanks, man. See ya.
I met Jeff Cesario in 2002 in Los Angeles. A mutual friend just said, oh, you guys should talk, blah, blah. You got to meet each other. I know you hit it off. And I sat down and I looked at him. I go, oh, wait, I know this guy. Like, I knew the name. I was thinking. And then right away I was like, oh, he was on Larry Sanders a few times. And he's that comedy guy. And he's a writer. And I said about 3 words. And then I sat there for 90 minutes and just laughed. And then we were like, okay, well, good to see you. That's the funniest guy I've ever had lunch with in my life. And we've been friends ever since.
I always feel like you're a talk show host with him because literally everything you bring up, you feel like it's written on a blue card, and he's prepped for it.
No,
and he just goes with it. And what's exciting is seeing him at Acme. Now, we have a lot of comedians. In fact, we have more comedians coming up, and I was reminded on Wednesday night because we had some of the comedians down at Acme on the air here. Brian and Nate have been in studio with us, and it's a different thing when you're on the radio. We all know this. We have the FCC out there listening all the time, right? We have rules, and then you go to Acme and you go, oh my God, that's right. They can talk about anything they want in any way they want.
Right.
And it just gets 92.5% funnier. So I can't wait to see Jeff unleashed at Acme. And that's at the end of this month, you said?
September 29th and 30th, Friday and Saturday. That's going to be awesome. And as I just asked Jeff if he'd heard the new Stone single, the song Angry. That's from the new upcoming Rolling Stones album. We're going to make it easy for everybody to hear it this weekend on here on 92. Every time we play the song, we're going to back it up with a classic Rolling Stones cut. So we've got new and old Stones coming your way all weekend.
Looking forward to that. All right, we'll keep the cavalcade of comedians coming. Maggie Faris at Laugh Camp this weekend at 9 o'clock. We're going to ask about her insane ice cream cart and uniform that she travels around the Twin Cities in to hawk her treats. That's real. Hang tight.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. It is Friday, September the 8th. Good morning. If you are looking for something to do this weekend and you want to actually enjoy it, why don't you take a look at the Laugh Camp Comedy Club? Maggie Faris is going to be there tonight and tomorrow night. And Maggie Faris, I'm happy to say, is joining us in studio right now. Good morning, Maggie.
Good morning. How are you?
You are apparently everybody's favorite ice cream man these days.
I know, right?
Explain, please.
Okay,
How does a comedian such as yourself just suddenly become an ice cream man, especially when you're a gal?
Yeah, well, okay, that is a good question. I wanted to start a business, and when I was in high school, I drove an ice cream truck for a summer.
Really?
And it was one of the most fun summers ever, just because the kids are excited.
Of
Everybody's
course.
happy. It's ice cream, right?
As a high school kid?
Yes. It was super fun.
Everybody was happy to see you.
Yeah, always.
And you got high on that, and you've been missing it ever since.
Thank you. That is it. And I was like, I just want to be in a happy business. I enjoy having fun and being happy. So what's the happiest? Ice cream.
Yeah, that's true.
So I started it this summer, and we're doing great.
And so what does that mean? You actually, so this is a real thing?
Yeah. So
this
I
is
wanted,
not shtick for the act.
No, this wouldn't be a very good act.
Wow.
Now, is it, explain to me, because I always feel weird when I go out there and there's a bunch of kids. How many adults run up to the ice cream truck? That's cool, right? We can do that, can't we?
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? I mean, it's that nostalgia of when you were a kid that you enjoy about ice cream. And like our business, we want a truck, but I didn't want to go into that much debt. So we have 2 ice cream bicycles and a push cart.
Oh, nice.
So we're working our way up, you see.
Do you play the music?
Yeah, of
like
course.
The truck does?
Yes.
What do you play?
Yeah, we play... we play some instrumental versions of some songs, but there's like controversy with old ice cream songs that they're like racist and bad. And, we don't play that one.
Okay, no.
Yeah, and then we actually had an ice cream song. Oh, there it is. How's that?
Oh, so creepy.
That's fun. I've got a strawberry shortcake in the back of my, right now, like my palate's exploding.
See, exactly. You need it.
Man,
so we just sell the nostalgic. I mean, like our whole thing is the nostalgic vintage treats
Bomb Pops
without the creepy vibe.
Yeah, right.
We dress like old milkmen. We wear like white button downs with red bow ties and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you guys do you set appointments, or do you just go out at random? I mean, how do we get to this cart, and how do we see you in the suit, and how do I get a strawberry shortcake?
Well, I could have brought you one this morning if I knew you wanted one, but I know. We today we're doing a back to school event at the U of M for 500 kids. We're giving them ice cream, and the department is paying for it, so that's super fun. And then tomorrow we're doing another one with only 200 kids, and then we're doing like St. Paul Marketplace, which is in the old Sears parking lot the rest of the weekends.
All right.
And then we do a couple of gigs with like this internet company where they go around and like talk to the neighbors and give them free ice cream. And again, it's fun.
That's what is this company called?
We are Extreme Ice Cream.
I like it. Yeah. And in between, you'll be at Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow night doing your night job.
I know, right? I just couldn't pack more in if I tried.
That's awesome.
God,
You're wearing
ice cream now. Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. What's your favorite vintage treat?
Okay, so none of these guys will know what I'm talking about, but I used to always get the Bubbles Powerpuff Girl.
Sure.
It was like, you know what I'm talking about? Like
the one with the face.
And you could eat her eyes.
Yep. They're bubble gums, right? I don't do any faces.
Yeah.
You don't do any faces?
No, I don't have any faces.
No? What's the biggest seller?
Chips galore. 100%.
Chips galore.
Which is just an ice cream sandwich with the chocolate chip cookies.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Classic.
Yeah.
Does the push-up still register?
Yep, we've got
The
orange push-ups.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. That was a standard
For sure.
back in the
For
day.
sure.
Man, I'm just now going through. I had the good humor guy, of course, as a kid. Mr. Softy, Mr. Whippy.
See, no one has soft serve trucks around here.
No?
That's what I'm gonna bring it. I
That's
mean,
the next
it's all
one.
over the East Coast, but
Yeah.
no one has soft serve. I mean, there's every once in a while you'll see it like a specialty soft serve,
Yeah,
and they'll
we
serve
had-
those crazy cones and stuff like that.
We
but-
had that song that Tony played, the Mr. Softy, and it would be the vanilla or chocolate, or if you were feeling it, the vanilla dipped into the chocolate right there, the hot chocolate, and it coats it really.
so good.
Yeah, that's good summertime living. Speaking of summertime living, Maggie Faris, I know you as a songwriter, as a performer, you got a little ditty about the state fair.
Oh, I do.
It's not a little ditty. It's a come on. How many?
It's a full on. It's like
it's the
3.5 minutes. It's
like
a song.
It's a song that but let's be honest. Was it edited or did you actually sing it? Because that's a lot of words to cram in.
No,
in a
I
row.
sang it. And the first year I did it, I wrote it 3 years ago. The first year I did it in the talent competition. And I'm not going to lie, I had to slow it down just the tiniest bit. But then I sang it live. It killed.
It's got in terms of the pacing, it's the end of the world as we know it vibe from R.E.M. It's like,
Certainly.
how are you getting all those words into each line?
Yeah.
It's awesome. So I'm assuming, safe to say you stopped by the fair this summer.
Of course.
Of course.
Yes. I think I did 5 or 6 days at the fair.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, yeah. I love the fair.
Yeah.
Last year I worked there.
Doing?
I took vacation from my regular job and I worked at the French fry stand every day
Are
for
you
like
serious?
12 hours. Yeah.
What? You're just going for local icon status every which way you can.
I do what I can.
You're
right?
rocking a Saints hat. Look at you.
I mean, I love it here.
Minor league fan, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, I go to games, but I can't tell you who wins. I just have a beer and enjoy.
Oh, well, yeah, the Saints, that's a culture. That's a whole different thing happening
For
over
sure.
there in Lower Town. Yeah, then there's some baseball being played.
What's that?
Sounds to me like Maggie wins.
Yay!
Yay! Isn't that nice? So you are you from the Twin Cities as a kid?
Yeah.
Lifer.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I went to New York for 3 years.
Okay,
and then,
but you grew up here. I'm saying
yeah.
you're from here.
Yep.
So what part of town were you hawking ice cream as a high schooler?
You know what? They had me on a weird route. I think I was in South St. Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Just hawking ice cream in South St. Paul.
Yeah.
They give you like different little what do you call it? Areas.
Sure.
And then you can't leave those boundaries and you
Got
can
it.
sell as
Now,
much
was
as
that
you
a
can.
cart or was that a truck?
That was one of those little trucks, like an old mail truck, you know.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was fun. The best was when the kids, you could see them in the mirror and they're running, and you just keep going
Keep going a little
just
bit.
a little.
Yeah. I saw something. There was one of those articles you see where people are sharing dirty secrets from their child, things their parents did or things they've done as parents. And somebody said that their uncle or aunt told them as a kid that when the ice cream truck plays the music, that means they're
sold out.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't tell you how many people will come by
Really?
and
That's
be
a
like,
thing.
I think they're out of ice cream, and we'll wink and go, yeah, we just sold out.
Oh,
And then they'll
man.
put $1 in our tip jar, and we're like,
of course.
okay.
Yeah,
mhm.
that'll work. So at some point in between your first spell as an ice cream lady, dude, man, to now, it occurred to you, I'm funny. People, I can make them laugh. I can stand up in a club and get strangers to appreciate. When did that start?
Well, the only reason I started is my sister was waitressing at Acme, and I would go down there and hang out, and I was like, I could do that. But then,
Sure.
of course, I went up and did that, and it was the worst
Not
ever.
so
Like,
easy, is it?
No, I didn't. The first time I went up, not only did I not get any laughs, I got groans. It was painful. It was painful, and I cried, and it took me 6 months to
Really?
try again. Yeah, 6 months.
Honest to God, groans.
Oh,
and
yeah.
and you cried.
Yes, not one laugh, only groans.
Man, how long
cried.
were you up there?
3 minutes.
And how long did it feel like you were up there?
3 hours.
Yeah, sure. I had, I'm not a comedian, nor did I ever think about being a comedian. That said, I've been roped into moments where I'm at a comedy club for a couple minutes with a mic.
Sure.
for various things. The first time it happened, and this might almost have been worse. The first time it happened, I didn't know it was about to happen, and I had just enough beer in me. No, I killed.
Oh, good.
I was raucous.
Oh, good.
So when I was asked back, who had the confidence of a seasoned veteran?
Yeah.
This guy. And then I got the groans and no laughs on round 2.
It hurts, doesn't it?
Boy,
it's painful.
And I said, from that moment forward, I've never looked at a comedian the same way. I'm like, you're all crazy.
Yeah.
You're all nuts to do this.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I see why the ice cream's so important.
I mean, that's the only happy I get.
That's not true.
I know
you are beaming. What a smile you have. Look at you.
So
you
nice.
just know you're bringing. You just. I guarantee. I know anybody going down to Laugh Camp's gonna have a great time.
Here's the deal about Laugh Camp too. I believe that like Jerry Seinfeld's in town and Kyle Kinane's in town, and there's some big names in town. So once they sell out,
has-beens, wannabes,
once their shows are sold out and you can't get a ticket, you're gonna want to come to Laugh Camp.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a big city. There's a lot of people out there that aren't going to get into those other shows.
See.
Will you be performing any of your music at Laugh Camp, or is this?
Sometimes I close on my State Fair song.
I was thinking that would have to go over.
It's fun. Oh, and people will start singing the chorus, and it's they get into it, and it's fun.
Awesome.
Every once in a while, they're like. But most of the time, they join in and they're clapping, and it is fun.
Have you heard from the
Are
fair?
you going to play this song? This is a good song.
Does the fair itself? Does the state fair? Are they aware of it? Do they let you know? Do they say things like, "Oh, that's our girl. There's Maggie. She's no." We got to get that. We got to make that happen.
How do we do that?
You have just given these people gold, pure gold.
I mean, there was no good state fair song.
No.
There's like an old-timey kind of folk state fair song, and there was some other one that like Anne Reid did or something like that.
Right.
But this is a good one.
Yeah, I mean, the Replacements didn't have the guts to write a state fair song.
What a bunch of turkeys.
Yeah, we needed you to come along and do that.
Here I am. I'm here for you.
Here you are. I'm very happy that you're here. And again, tonight and tomorrow night at Laugh Camp, Maggie Faris, the nicest gal in Minnesota. Look at you.
Have you talked to Mary Mack yet?
We have, but now we have something else to talk to Mary Mack about.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you apparently.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I thought you were saying she knows the dirt. She is
she's the nicest.
I got it.
I
thought you were saying she would throw you under the bus to give us the real story.
No, she's nicer.
All right, more than fair. Well, thank you for coming by.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Literally anytime.
Okay.
Just don't even
I'll
call.
be
Just
here
knock.
tomorrow.
Yeah, that's great.
Tomorrow.
You know what? Tomorrow's a great time to join us.
Yeah, because you're not here.
That's
you
right.
silly gooses.
Maggie Faris at Laugh Camp the next 2 nights. Check it out. Hey.
Do you guys want some ice cream?
It's like a back rub. It just makes me feel
See,
good.
Isn't it happy?
Puts me right at ease.
I love it.
I do have to mention this. I would be remiss if I forgot to mention that you can win a VIP trip to see Guns N' Roses. They don't sell ice cream.
Screw them.
Yeah.
Or win the trip. Go on the trip.
They're finishing up their 2023 U.S. World Tour, and you can pick the city to see them in San Diego, Phoenix, maybe Seattle. Check this out. Someone's going to get a trip for 2. That includes, of course, airfare, 2 nights in a hotel, premium tickets to the U.S. concert date of your choice, plus the Paradise City VIP lounge package.
Take me down to the Paradise City.
That's that damn straight, sister. You're gonna get limited edition Guns N' Roses merch, access to the VIP lounge, and you might even find yourself with an ice cream treat from Maggie Faris.
Oh my
Who knows?
God! Can I go on the trip and I'll just supply ice cream the whole time?
We'll talk off air.
Okay, sounds good.
Text the national keyword.
That's a no.
Text the national keyword stage right now to 95819. 95819. The word is stage for your chance to win. Thanks, Maggie.
Thank you.
Hey, Maggie, I'm the latest subscriber to Extreme Maggie on YouTube. I have well over 200 subscribers. The Great Minnesota Get Together. Can we play this when we get back here at 9:30?
Oh, hell yeah, we can.
All right, we're going to play the Great Minnesota Get Together. Maggie Faris, YouTube channel, Extreme Maggie. Hang tight.
The KQ Morning Show is back. 92 KQRS.
I'm Steve Gorman. This is the KQ Morning Show. It's Friday, September the 8th. Maggie Faris stopped by, and we had a great chat. She's at Laugh Camp for the next couple of nights. And then along the way, we were talking about her chart-topping, award-winning song that she wrote about the Minnesota State Fair. And we thought, well, hang on, we got to get a taste of it. One of you guys has to have this pulled up, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yep,
I think
nope.
we both do.
You go.
All right.
Dueling banjos.
Oh boy.
I would like the honor.
All right. Well, I guarantee. Well, so we've got great plans for next summer. We'll get ahead of the fair next year.
Okay.
You'll bring some ice cream in.
Okay.
We'll rock the song.
Okay.
We'll get ourselves properly prepared.
And then figure out how to get my ice cream into the fair.
Yeah. It's one step
Sell
at a
it.
time. But
Okay.
we have time. But we do have
I've got
time.
big dreams.
I've got dreams to remember.
We'll all freeze our underpants so that we can just stuff the ice cream in our underpants.
That'd be kind of fun.
Underpants.
I'm not sure about this.
Candace, this is like the 11th time you've suggested freezing your underpants as a solution to a problem. What's
Right.
going on over there?
I mean, doesn't it sound nice?
Have you ever done it?
No.
Have you ever worn underpants? I mean,
No.
No.
I'm thinking of like
course.
boomers or something when you say underpants.
Yeah, there is something kind of weird and kind of hinky and kind of turns me on, underpants, that word. I'm confused.
I just heard from someone that works over at the Minnesota State Fair, loving it.
Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my buddy Matt works over there.
Oh, that's
loving
right.
it.
All right, we're gonna make this happen. We're
Let's do it.
gonna fly your freak flag at the fair next summer.
I love it. I'm all about it.
I love a plan. You were just singing along to a little Pinball Wizard during the break. You a Who fan?
Well, sure.
Rock fan?
Sure, a little bit, yeah.
Okay. First concert you ever saw? Rock concert. What was it?
Well, I don't know if this is rock, but the first I saw Cyndi Lauper.
That right? She bops. I don't know if she
does
rocks.
bob.
Yeah.
She for sure bobs.
Yeah, no question about it.
Yeah.
I got All the Time in the World for Time After Time by Cyndi Lauper.
Oh, time after time.
That's it. And if you've ever seen, Miles Davis used to perform that song. He was a
Really?
big fan. Yeah.
She covered it?
Well, she had the first hit with it, and then
She did?
he liked her
okay.
version. That song was written by a guy in Atlanta from a band called The Brains. It was a song that they had for years, but then she heard it and took it, and next thing you know, we're all listening to Cyndi Lauper. Even
She's
Miles
still
Davis.
performing, isn't she?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. She still wails. She's
I love
great.
it.
Maggie, you're at the Laugh Camp tonight and tomorrow night. We wish you the absolute best. What a fun weekend for you.
Thank you
in
so
between,
much.
in between, as we mentioned, all of the ice cream. What's the website? What is it?
Extreme Maggie.
I knew it wasn't. Extreme Maggie.
I'm Extreme
YouTube
Maggie on
channel.
all the social media. I'm on the TikTok. I'm on all the young kid stuff.
Extreme.
Yeah. But if you want our ice cream, it's Extreme IC for ice cream.
Extreme IC for the ice cream. Extreme Maggie for
See,
Maggie.
I just thought I'd transfer the brand over, but now I have to explain, why is your ice cream extreme? Everyone asks that. And so we make stuff up, and I say, well, because we punched the 5th customer in the face. Lucky you're the 4th.
Nice.
Stick
I
around
like
for the
that.
fireworks. We just
Wouldn't
have.
that be great if it was true?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it is a dumb name for ice cream. What makes your ice cream extreme? It's just I was carrying the brand over.
Yeah.
That's it.
And it rhymes.
Yeah.
Hey, before we let you go, you a Vikings fan? So you grew up here?
Okay, listen. I went to one Vikings game, and it was the
Ever?
one. Yeah, and it was the one where they came back 1,000,000 points. We almost left in the middle. Do you remember that game?
Last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They set the
It's
record.
the only game I've ever been to in my whole life.
No
cool.
kidding.
No kidding.
Yeah, and it
I
wasn't.
like it,
was
though.
1,000,000 points.
Do you
Most
know I
points
gave-
ever scored in a game.
Yeah, I gave Ben Lieber a piggyback ride once.
Oh my God.
Look it up. It's a real thing.
Did he
Lucky.
request it?
No.
Okay.
No, he did
So
not. I
hot.
demanded it.
Did
He had
request
frozen
it?
underpants. It was weird.
Oh my God. Don't even. I can't. Oh my God.
It's going around. It's going around. The kids love ice cream and frozen underpants. That's what
On
we've
Ben
learned
Lieber.
around here.
On Ben Lieber. There you go.
That's pretty great.
Why do I've done a couple of segments with Ben Lieber, and many of my friends are like, will you just smell him for me? He seems like he would smell really good. See, Candace, am I right?
Oh my
Do you
God.
want to smell him?
I'm obsessed with him. Does he? I'm gonna guess. Does he smell like?
He likes to
warm?
barbecue.
He smells
Vanilla sugar?
clean. Just like clean and light man.
Okay.
Like, listen, no, I work with all dudes, and they get sweaty and they stink like heavy man. And he smells clean and light man.
I think he wears Brute.
Is that what it is?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Oh, I hope I get to take a sniff one day.
He smells good.
He's kicking it old school. He's wearing Wind Drift.
Wind Drift.
That was my cologne of choice.
Nice.
Sadie Hawkins dance 8th grade. Wanted the ladies
If you
to know
love
I was
polo,
there.
you'll love Windrift.
Damn straight about that, lady. All right, go to Laugh Camp tonight and go tomorrow night and see our best friend Maggie Faris. And with that,
Today.
That's funny.
And every weekday at noon, it's a free ride. Minnesota's commercial-free classic rock on 92 KQRS.
Be right back. The KQ Morning Show.
Hey, it's Lisa Miller. I'll be here for you this afternoon, 3 to 7. Join me to win tickets for Thorogood, maybe a Twins game or a flyaway trip to see Guns N' Roses. Plus, I'll rock the free ride at 4 on 92 KQRS.